Folks, welcome. I'm Alberta Rose with Heller Merch Realty here in Vancouver. And today I have the absolute pleasure of speaking with Dominic Genova, who is the owner and head toffee maker for Two Brothers Toffee here in Vancouver. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have to tell everyone out there, you better brace yourselves because this is going to be a sweet delight that you'll get addicted to, as I have. So Dominic, tell me, how did you start this business?
Oh, the business started with an idea and a concept in 2019. It was a passion project to keep my wife and I out of corporate work and into our own entrepreneurial side. And where the basis or the origin starts from, I had a family recipe. My middle brother, Nicholas, always used to cook an amazing almond toffee around the holiday time, ship it to friends and family or give it away for donations. And it was Nastasia, my wife, that was like, we should sell this. We should really try to do it. And so we took a risk and decided to put this together.
So you came from a corporate background to become an entrepreneur with no paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
It's crazy.
Yeah, we were at a good time to do so.
Okay.
We were at a position to where we had aged enough to have a little bit of savings. We also, our responsibilities were very low.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what would set you apart from other toffee brands?
What sets us apart? I don't know if anything necessarily sets us apart, but in what makes us unique and different would be that we, in our roasting process of where we take the caramel, we take butter and sugar and we make it into a beautiful caramel. We also then roast a nut inside of it. And so versus other toffee makers may make a beautiful toffee and add it to finished nuts, maybe add no nuts at all.
Oh.
Toffee is technically caramel, so it could be soft or it could be snappy and crispy. The way that we have always envisioned our toffee to be is you could call it an English style, where it has a nut inside of the toffee and the nut is cooked during the roasting process to where it's crispy. You snap it. It shouldn't make a bunch of gooiness in your teeth, but it can, I imagine. But we also double side coat it in couverture chocolates. And so that way it's got a luxury and a finish of a true, like almost a cookie feel. Mm-hmm. It's an experience all the way through.
So how do you source your ingredients?
Everything local, from the sense of like from distributors. But then our source of ingredients are, for example, when it comes to like the raw materials to make the toffee, the butter's from Canada, sugar's from Canada. Got to keep everything as local as possible. Then when it comes to the almonds, California almonds or somewhere else that's got the best that we can find to when they roast. And then the chocolate that goes on top, that's where we scoured the entire world, at least that we believe, from Switzerland to Belgium to France to locally, to find what would be the best chocolate to pair on top. And that's something that we use our distributors and a lot of our resources to make sure we provide the best.
Well, that sounds like a lot of research for something that you had no background in.
Well, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
So can you show us your product line?
Yeah, I'll grab a few of them now.
Now, I've tasted this toffee, and I can tell you from experience, it's absolutely addictive. And Dominic's just getting some samples here.
Yeah. I'll just give a,
sure.
Normally we have over 10, but to just give an example of a product line, and I'll start with an almond toffee coated in milk chocolate. Okay. This would be anything comparable or nostalgic, like almond roca, or bringing it to, like, if you've ever had the crispy toffee with the milk chocolate, traditionally this is what you would find available.
That's ours. You've paired this with drip coffee or a single malt Scotch whiskey.
Well, we didn't. What on the back of our packaging is pairings that our customers would use with their toffee.
Okay.
So toffee from like this, our style of toffee, is usually best also can be on a dessert board where you'd have 180 grams of ours, but you may also have some cheese. You may have a fruit. You may have a wine to go with it to kind of taste the whole world of experiences.
Oh, okay.
And so based on the chocolate and the various nuts, the feedback that we got when we were starting the business was, I love this, but I loved it when I drank a Malbec wine or I had a certain whiskey with it.
Okay.
And that allowed us to play with the flavors of toffee to experience different indulgences of where people love to have their own dessert. This one's that same almond toffee in dark.
Okay.
Where we started to get highly recognized and uniqueness was our white gold. It's a pecan toffee.
Oh.
It's got white chocolate and pretzels on there. Same thing, different pairings. Peaches, robuscus tea, Irish whiskey. So each one's kind of its own adventure.
This one I haven't tried yet, but I will.
Oh, absolutely. And then even to where local, and talk about sourcing, is like we make a very unique espresso almond toffee, and where this espresso is actually sourced through a local boutique next to us in Rinzulo Foods. They bring in a certain espresso bean that we actually grind up and roast at the same time as we roast our almonds to make a black style toffee. That is just a true unique experience that's different from the almond, the milk, the white, to give you. And we make cherries, s'mores, hazelnut.
How do you come up with these different ideas? Do customers say try this, or do you just keep experimenting?
A lot of it was imagination at first.
Okay.
And then also from imagination to then what can actually be a reality. And that's where the feedback from the customer is. If we were to make a pistachio toffee with watermelon seeds on top, I don't know that many people would love that. So, yeah.
So what challenges have you faced building and growing Two Brothers Coffee? ToFFEE.
Yeah, no, the challenge is, it's just exposure. Anytime you make something new, is how do you get it out there to the consumer? How can you get people's eyes on it? To even give you a taste and a test. And then once they know you, and if you're not known in the market, what is your reputation? What is your reliability? And so it's a slow process, thus being a challenge in where we all want instant gratification. But that is where the speed of things. And outside of that, that would be our largest challenge. Everything been so far has been a challenge that we've put into the business to help grow it sustainably.
So is it hard to now come to your own kitchen? Was that quite a big step?
No. Not hard, but in the sense of it was a change in responsibilities. But where we had started, and we had the fortunate opportunity to start in Coho Commissary, ours was behind Andina Brewery, and learn. So take a year of basically crash course education of working with other renowned bakers and artisans of just how to put together a functional kitchen. And then as you grow your business to where your own private space may be required, which it was for us to have the quality of air, humidity, time, and temperature, because we're working with chocolate and confection, that it was the more you can control the environment, the better the environment can be for the finished product. So that's where it was exciting to come in here, but then you are responsible for everything that comes out of here.
Well, you have to turn the lights on, and and I know. Yeah. So I always like to promote local businesses and local charities.
Yes.
And I know that you do as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, so the heart of Two Brothers Toffee, it was founded in 2019. During that time, the co-founder, Nastasia, went through a bout of breast cancer. My middle brother, Nicholas, who started this, the almond toffee, like his whole, what can we do for Habitat for Humanity? What can we do for outreach? And then I grew up really in a humanitarian environment through our childhood, but then even in our former corporate jobs where we worked with health and fitness industry, it was BC Cancer Children's Foundation. Just what can you give back? Candy's the sweetest thing to eat, but then how does it impact someone's daily life on making the world better for them? And so big foundations for us are still like even Make-A-Wish with children's, to anything to do with fundraising for youth sports, to also even to where fighting cancer or climate change even. Anything that's a good cause for the community is a good cause for us.
Oh, that's good. So sustainability is a really big thing now. And so how do you do that? Like, is your packaging environmentally friendly?
It is not.
Not yet.
No. It's recyclable friendly.
That's good.
Yes, but the packaging, so in different foods, like our finished product, that the atmosphere can be the enemy, so we wanted to protect it. But as sustainability and packaging comes through, it's what can we do on the next step. So we work very closely with like EPAC and what they can do from different materials to keep it easily to be more recycled or reused. The best part about where we started this organization and being small, even the way we cook, we all use electric. So we're a carbon neutral environment. We don't actually use natural gas or open fire to to cook our toffee. So that way it keeps it from an environmentally friendly.
Okay. So are there any plans for expansion for Two Brothers?
Across the globe, across the world.
Good.
Yeah. The first on what are your big next steps? Our first goal was always to be established local. Make sure that Vancouver knows that we're original to Vancouver, we're Vancouver based, and allow that to basically, think of it this way, pay the bills.
Okay.
Then that's your local community. Then you go your national community to where you get exposure and through Canada and through different, like our next expansion should then be throughout airports and so on and so forth through Canada, and then into United States or into different countries to do so. Not everyone in the world loves toffee, but everyone in the world does love easy and convenience, indulgent products.
So how do customers get their hands on these addictive treats?
Yeah, right now is to visit us, Two Brothers Toffee, at 1360 Nanaimo Street, or to order online at twobrotherstoffee.com. And then in the future of this year, we should be located in the like Hudson News and duty free of the airports, and then in some boutique hotels. For example,
Nice.
we're at the Whistler Hotel, Fairmont Whistler, and others that are there to, on a seasonal basis, could supply our product.
So do you have any advice for someone who'd like to start a business such as this? Not necessarily candy, but
Yeah, I'm following what you're saying. Like, what's the advice? If I'm thinking back on what was the best advice, your advice was follow. You can say follow your passion, your heart. I would say a couple of it. One would be advice was your passion may not be your pension. It may not be.
It's good.
It may not make enough money for you. So just understand that, and that is something to where even every day that we look at our businesses, and the second part is how does it holistically help you and others around you? Because if it's a solopreneurship where I can just do my own thing, my own world, then it's only Dominic to focus with. But if you took on an entrepreneur, is where how can I impact Alberta? How can I impact others? How can I bring that into to create a team to grow? And that's really your vision of where you see where you want to be. And then the grit that comes through, or the perseverance that can come behind it. But when you take a risk on yourself or your business, understand there is a risk of failure, but there's also the risk of success. And when you build the success, continue on that. But the advice is in the heart of hearts is, I don't know, I wouldn't know what to know now unless we actually did it.
Okay.
And I tell you, the courage and confidence to do that came from partnerships, but it also just came on just betting on yourself. And that'd be my biggest personal advice is don't ever hesitate betting on yourself.
Well, this has really been an eye opener, and you are a great, what should I call it, ambassador for your product.
Well, I hope. Thank you.
You are excellent, and
yeah.
These treats are absolutely addictive. And I was just thinking, Valentine's Day is coming. Mm-hmm. Forget about giving chocolates. Come here and give toffee.
Yes, the best of both worlds.
It'll be the best of both worlds. So I thank you for your time.
I appreciate it.
I wish you continued success in all of your endeavors.
Yeah, thank you.
To all of you out there, again, I love to shop local, and I hope you do too. I'm Alberta Rose with Keller Merch Realty here in Vancouver. If you have any real estate questions, give me a call. Thanks. See you later.